What does life insurance have to do anything with real estate? Well, today we're going to find out. And for that, I have invited my friend Jason, and he's going to tell us what does one thing have to do with the other. Hi Jason, how are you today?
Hi. I am so great. Thank you for having me.
Well, thank you for being here. Well, tell us a little bit about yourself and about your company.
Okay. Jason Stoddard, licensed life insurance agent. I've been doing this for a little while, and I really enjoy the helping people aspect of it, and the financial aspect of it, and the variety. There's so much to choose from and do. It's really fun. And mostly I work with Transamerica Life Insurance. They've been around for 100 years, and I trust them.
Very cool. Well, tell us what does life insurance have anything to do with your real estate?
Okay, and it's funny, I'm glad you asked that because I use real estate as an example to talk about different types of life insurance.
Okay.
For instance, term life is like renting an apartment, where
okay.
you have an apartment for a term or a lease, and you have that apartment, you pay the rent, and when you're done paying the rent or your lease is up, you move out, the apartment's gone.
Okay.
Buying a house is like whole life, where it builds equity as you go and you put into this house, and it's something that builds a cash value, and you have it for your entire life or until you decide to use the equity in it. So that's the perfect example of how those two things go together.
Okay, that is very interesting. Now, when we buy a house, we have what is called mortgage insurance. Is that something that you do?
Yeah, it's actually not. I don't do mortgages. That's a specific industry that handles that, but sometimes I will get with a new homeowner and I'll provide term life insurance to match along with their mortgage, because the bank does get mortgage insurance to protect them if something should happen to you. I think a new homeowner should also have insurance in case something happens to one or the other spouses. That way at least the house is paid for.
So if one spouse dies, that life insurance or that policy will cover the remainder of the mortgage amount?
Right. That's the goal. You set it up to kind of match the duration or the term of the mortgage and the amount that you would need to pay off. So that the house gets paid off, that's not a concern or a worry. Okay. And the kids can stay in the same school, and you don't have to lose your homestead in the worst possible time.
Okay, very nice. Now, what does life insurance build equity, and how does that work?
Oh, well, that's a big question. But yes, the short answer is whole life and index universal life, they do build value. And some of them, like the index universal life, you can set up almost like a pension for self-employed people, where you can grow the value and draw that out tax-free as you get into retirement and use it like a pension plan. Whole life also builds cash value that you can borrow against or withdraw tax-free. It's a pretty neat deal.
Especially the tax-free part of it.
Yes.
Everyone would like to have that, not to pay Uncle Sam on anything. Yeah. Now, you and I were talking about something a while ago, and then you mentioned something about life benefits. Can you talk to us about what that is and what does it entail?
Yes, and that's another great question, because most people think of life insurance, you have to die to get the money. Well, that's the old type. The new type, most of them...
Out with the old, in with the new.
Exactly. And this new type, it has what's called living benefits. Well, so what some companies do, have living benefits, where if you were to get a critical, a chronic, or a terminal illness, if you have $500,000 of life insurance, you can use up to 90% of that $500,000 while you're alive to help pay your medical bills and those types of expenses. So it's definitely changed quite a bit from the old type to the new.
Okay. Yeah. Now, all of this insurances, you will sit down with the person and try to figure out amounts, monthly payments, and down payments, or anything that you need to talk to them about?
Absolutely, and that's just like real estate, where you really need to sit down with an agent to dig into what the person really wants and what they really need, and to guide them through the path. Same way with life insurance. We want to sit down and see exactly what their needs are, because everyone's different.
Yep, just like when they come up to me, one of them will be looking for a multi-million-dollar home, another one will be looking for a one-bedroom, one-bathroom condo.
Exactly.
So it's all right. Well, and then you are on Facebook, you're on social media, you have an email and a website and all that stuff, right?
Yes, ma'am. Always.
So at the end of this video, I'm going to put all of his contact information. So make sure that you give him a call, find out what your needs are and what situations you guys are in, and thank you very much for being here. It was very, very informative.
Thank you so much for having me. And I just want to finish by saying, everyone that thinks about real estate should definitely get a realtor to help them through the process. And anyone thinking about insurance should also get an agent just to help guide them through the process.
Absolutely. Well, give us a call. And thank you for watching. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.
Bye.